Hi guys! So, as promised, this is a short video summarizing everything that we discussed on our last webinar. 7 kinds of friendship you need to reconsider. Oh, toxic ties. 7 kinds of friendship you need to reconsider. So now, show me someone who is friends with a liar and I'll show you a liar. Show me someone who's friends with a cheat and I'll show you a cheat. Now, show me someone who is friends with a productive person, and I will show you a productive person. So we are a sum total of the kind of friends that we have around our space, of the kind of people that we are surrounded by. So now, we cannot just begin to talk about toxic ties, 7 kinds of friendship you need to reconsider if we do not know what true friendship is, or if we don't know who a friend is. Who is a friend? I said a friend is someone who would influence you, who would support you, who would advise you, and finally who would pray for you. Influence. At the early stages of life, our family is usually known as the greatest influence on us. But when a certain point comes, we get to a certain stage in life where it's not our family influencing our decisions, it's our friends. So your friends become your greatest influence. So a major factor you would use to determine who really a friend is if the person influences you in the right way. So when I talk about influence, I'm talking about the right kind of influence. Take note. Secondly, support. The Bible says something that there's a friend that sticks closer than a brother. That talks about support. So your friend must be able to go the extra mile for you. Your friend must be willing to be with you in your good times and in your bad times. If your friend is only with you during your good seasons, during your wins, then you need to check out that person. Might really not be your friend. So your friend must support you. And the next is your friend must advise you. Yes, a good friend will give you the best advice. No cap. A good friend will give you the best advice. So if your friend is not giving you the right advice, you need to check it out. That person might not really be your friend. And finally, a good friend will pray for you. My God, if you have not experienced your friend praying for you, it's a good experience. So I would want you to have that, because I've been in a situation whereby my friend prayed for me and it was a very emotional moment. I'm not going to lie. I just kept crying because it felt good seeing someone aside my family members praying for me, wanting the best for me. So yes, a good friend will pray for you. And another definition of a friend, well, my definition of who a friend is a friend is someone who would accept you for who you are. Yes, a friend is someone who will bring out the best in you. When I mean accepting you for who you are, a friend is going to, flaws and all, your friend will take you as you are. Yeah, but at the same time, your friend will not leave you as you are. Take note. If a weakness of mine is late coming, my friend is going to take me because, before you met me, I was having issues with keeping to appointments, being on time. My friend comes into my space and says, this is how I met you. I understand, we all have our weaknesses. But now, where the aspect of a friend being bringing out the best in you comes in is when my friend decides that, I know I met you. When I met you, you had issues keeping up to time, but now that we are friends, you would have to work on it. I would prefer if you were punctual. And then punctuality is actually a good thing. So my friend will do things to ensure that I develop the habits or the character of punctuality. So your friend will accept you for who you are, but at the same time, bring out the best in you. What is true friendship? What is true friendship? So true friendship is intentionality. True friendship is vulnerability. True friendship is communication. It's sacrifice. It's commitment. True friendship is love. So intentionality, you must be intentional about the friendships that you have. If you're not intentional, then why are you friends? You intentionally call your friends, you intentionally check up on your friends, you intentionally do things for your friends. So the second one is vulnerability. So when I talk about vulnerability, I'm not just talking about expressing your emotions when things are kind of tough, you get. Sometimes vulnerability also means sharing your wins. It means being open about everything going on in your space. That's vulnerability. So vulnerability does not mean talking to your friends about your bad seasons. It also means talking to your friends during your good seasons as well. So friendship is commitment. You must be committed to your friend. You must be loyal. That's it. Loyalty. Friendship is sacrifice. Lots of us, we are not ready to make that sacrifice, but friendship truly is sacrifice, because Jesus said something in John, I can't remember, I think John 15, but I can't particularly point out the verse. He said, greater love has no man than this, than to lay down his life for his brother. Now that's sacrifice. If I call you my friend, I must be willing to sacrifice some things for your good, for you. If I'm not ready to sacrifice, or if I feel that I cannot make some levels of sacrifice for someone I call my friend, then I don't see the need. I don't see the reason why we're friends. So friendship is sacrifice. And finally, friendship is love. Love. If you don't love your friend, you cannot be intentional about the things you do with your friends. If you don't love your friend, you cannot be vulnerable. If you don't love your friends, you will not be committed. If you do not love your friends, then you cannot make sacrifices, because love forms the foundation of all these other things I mentioned. Love forms the foundation of sacrifice, commitment, vulnerability, intentionality. Love forms it. Let's get to the main cocoa of the matter. Alright, so the main topic, toxic ties, 7 kinds of friendship to reconsider. And number 1 that we have on our list, friendship with people who are emotional drainers, friendship with people who are users. Now, this category of people are the kind of friends that they will always come to you when they need help. Yeah. When they need advice, they'll come to you. When they need financial assistance, they will come to you. When they need something, they are always coming to you. But whenever you need something from them, you will not see them. That is when they tell you that they are busy with work, or they tell you that they have school activities to do. They always come up with an excuse whenever you ask them for help. Whenever you need emotional support, they are emotionally detached. So this is the emotional drainers. Those ones, they just take from you, because when someone comes to you and then they tell you that, okay, this is what they are going through, this is what they are going through. As long as you're listening to them, they are draining you. They are draining your emotions, because you have to feel sad with them, you have to feel happy with them, you have to feel anxious with them. So that is what the emotional drainers do. They just take from you. They take and they keep taking and they keep taking, but they are never ready to give back. And I hope that we are not like that, because in as much as we are talking about friends, toxic ties, friendship we should reconsider, we should also reflect on our lives to ensure that we are not even those kind of friends to our friends, if we get the gist. Emotional users, they always want you to be there for them. Please be there, always be there, but they're never ready to do anything for you. And now, how do you handle friendship with emotional users? Be scarce. Be scarce. There is value in scarcity. When something is scarce, people tend to value it more. So yes, if you realize that your friend is an emotional drainer or a user, be scarce. Don't be too available, because sometimes when you are too available, people will misuse your availability. People will misuse it. So do not be too available. Yes, don't be too available to the emotional drainers or the users. Secondly, okay, let me be serious. Secondly, we have dishonest people. dishonest people. When we talk about dishonesty, we talk about people that are always lying. There are some people that when they tell you that it's raining, you need to go and check to confirm that it's really raining. But for the purpose of this, when I'm talking of dishonest people, I'm talking of friends that cannot tell you the truth. Friends that cannot tell you the truth. Friends that cannot tell you your truth. There's a difference. As my friend, I should be able to tell you the truth. I should bluntly tell you the right thing. And we stated it before that a friend is someone who would advise you. So in that advice, that's me telling you your truth. That's me telling you the truth. Precious, you're doing wrong. Precious, you're not supposed to do this. My friend should be able to tell me that. Because I know that sometimes when we are told the truth, we tend to get defensive at times. But as long as you tell me the truth, then I'll know that you have my best interest at heart. I might get angry, but with time, I'll realize that, okay, this is just for my good. So you need to reconsider friendship with dishonest people that don't tell you the truth and your truth. And one thing we must realize is dishonest people are people that are prone to gossip about you. If your friend is dishonest with you, then that person is likely to gossip about you. Why do I say this? Because if I can't tell you the truth, that means I can tell somebody else your truth. If I cannot tell you that your mouth is smelling, or you wore the wrong color combination, or if I cannot tell you your truth, or if I cannot tell you that you always come late, but I can go and tell the next person those things, that makes me a bad friend. That makes me a dishonest friend and a gossip. That's why I said that dishonest friends, they are more prone to gossip than any other, because they will not tell you what you need to know, but they can go and tell BC what you should know. So now the third kind of friendship that we need to reconsider is friendship with time wasters. Yes, so friendship with unproductive people. Okay, I said it before, show me someone who has a productive friend and I'll show you a productive person. And the same thing, show me someone who is friends with a time waster and I will show you a time waster. So you need to consider your relationship with people who don't value their time and they don't value your time. There are some people that they don't want to do anything. They don't want to just do anything reasonable. But at the same time, they also don't want you to do anything reasonable. They want you to gist with them. They want you to go through social media, scroll through social media with them, Instagram, X, TikTok. But when you now tell them, okay, let's do something productive, let's read a book, or let's attend a seminar, or let's go to church, they'll tell you, well, let's leave that one. We can actually attend service from home, join online service, or seminar, okay, you can watch it now. We can follow them virtually. See, you cannot go far with time wasters. If you have 10 friends and 8 are time wasters, you better run, because time wasters are unproductive. And then if you're the only productive person in a friendship circle of time wasters, with time they will drain you and drain you and drain you. You realize that those things that you did previously, those things you got engaged with, you will leave them. And then you begin to while away time with those people. So you need to reconsider your friendship with time wasters. And the next kind of friendship we are going to be looking at are, the brain or the vision drainers. Now, the reason why I included this is because at a certain point in my life, I was friends with someone that I could not just relate to the person intellectually. And it was frustrating, because how can I be saying some things and you cannot just relate, you cannot connect. And then even when I tell you that, okay, I'm willing to explain this to you, you're not willing to learn. So that was why I included this as part of the friendship you should reconsider. Someone that you cannot relate with on a particular level intellectually and is not willing to learn, because it also takes a level of intelligence to be a learner. So if I cannot relate to you intellectually and you're not willing to learn, to at least come up to that level, then I don't see the reason why we are friends. I could tell you certain things and you won't be able to understand. You won't be able to relate. And then I also call them the vision drainers, because if your friend is somebody that whenever you tell the person or you discuss an idea with your friend, and that person is the first to tell you 1,001 reasons why that idea will not work or why that vision will not work, then that person is a vision drainer now. Yes, if I tell you the plans I have, and then you are the one giving me so many reasons why it's not a good idea or it's not a good vision, instead of telling me, okay, it's nice and everything, and then you don't tell me, like, why be friends? It's a friendship that you need to reconsider, because if discussing your vision with your friend would lead to the death of your vision, then that person should be reconsidered as a friend. Yes. The next kind of friendship we need to reconsider is friendship with jealous or insecure people. Yes, you need to reconsider friendship with jealous people, because if your friend is not truly happy about your wins, or your friend is always jealous or bitter whenever you make a major win or a major breakthrough, then you need to check it though, because sometimes when you have friends around you that are not really happy about the things you're doing, about your wins, if they're not really happy about it, they can jeopardize it. And then when you are going through, let's say, low seasons, there are people that they are even happy about it. That's friendship with jealous people. Jealous people are dangerous people, because jealousy comes from a place of insecurity. If it's someone who is not secure, someone who doesn't know who they are, what they want, who doesn't have an identity, they'll be jealous of the things you're getting. They'll compare themselves to you. They would want to be like you, and not in a healthy way. So you need to look around your friendship circle, who behaves like this. And you also need to check yourself, do I behave like this? When my friends have their wins, am I truly happy about it? When my friends have their moments, am I truly happy about it? So you need to check it. And then the next kind of friendship we need to reconsider now are friendships with chronic critics. Friendship with chronic critics. The critics are those friends that will never say anything good about you. They always seem to pinpoint your errors, they pinpoint your flaws, your faults, and your failures. Always. Whenever you do something, the first thing they see, the first thing they recognize is, let's say, the mistakes. The first thing they recognize is your errors, your flaws. They always try to bring you down. They always try to make you feel less. You know, most time when you surround yourself with friends who are critics, chronic critics, you become more closed off. You lack confidence. Let's not forget that our friends are our greatest influence. So if your friends are your influence, that means what they say would hold weight in your life. So we need to reconsider friendship with people who are critics. And when I'm talking of criticism, we have destructive criticisms and we have constructive criticisms. Now, constructive criticism, I have no issue with that, because you correct the person with love when it comes to constructive criticism. But when it comes to destructive ones, you don't even care how the person feels. You just want to make sure that the person gets your point. You want to make sure that you made the corrections, but never in a good way, never in a polite way. So that's the difference between constructive criticism and destructive criticism. Friends who are chronic critics, they do more of destructive criticism because they try to bring you down. They try to lower your esteem. So you need to consider your friendship with those kind of people. And also, please make sure that you are not that kind of friend to your friend, because it's very bad. I've seen friends who had gone through this particular phase. I've seen friends who had friends that were chronic critics. If you have a friend that puts you down all the time, then you need to reconsider the friendship. Then the last one is friendship with disrespectful people. Friends who don't respect your boundaries. If you don't respect me, then there is no way that the friendship will go far. We realize that in every relationship, respect is always there. In romantic relationship, there's respect. Business relationship, there's respect. Your relationship with God, there's still respect. Your relationship with your family members, there is still respect. So what makes it okay to not respect your friends? So friendship with disrespectful people needs to be reconsidered, because if your friends don't respect your boundaries or they don't respect your values, at some point you will not have any value again. Now you will lose value in their eyes. So you need to reconsider friendship with what? Disrespectful people who do not respect your boundaries, your values, your principles, your system, your standards. Reconsider it. And now, I just mentioned that was the last kind of friendship you should reconsider. But a bonus point, I'm not going to explain this one. You need to reconsider friendship with angry people. Because if your friends is someone who is always angry, who is angry all the time, very soon you become the hawk. Yeah, you become the hawk. So now, I've listed the 7 kinds of friendship we should reconsider, but one thing I want to leave us with is, in as much as I've stated that each of these friendships needs to be reconsidered, there is also a part of communication. If you realize that your such friend, or if you realize that there's a friend around you that's an emotional drainer, a brain drainer, a disrespectful person, any of these categories that I've mentioned, it is important, it is sacrosanct that you communicate. Tell the person, okay, this is what you do that I do not like, and I feel like you can work on it. And after you've communicated, if you watch, if this person is not making any changes, if this person is not trying to be better, then that's when it's safe for you to distance yourself. You can now distance yourself, because let's say your emotional well-being, your emotional health is very, very, very important. Your life is very, very important. And lastly, you attract the kind of person that you are. So if you want friends who are productive, you want friends who are not jealous, you want friends who are secure, you want friends who are not users, you need to make sure that you are not a user, you are not an emotional drainer, you are not a time waster. That's it. Yeah, thank you so much, guys, for listening. And that's it for Toxic Ties, 7 kinds of friendship you need to reconsider. See you in the next video. Bye.